I am your host today, Sharon Evan, and if you are watching this on the Seller Sessions YouTube channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you're watching this on the Sharon Evan channel, please also don't forget to subscribe. If you're listening to this on the podcast, today's show is a show where I'm also going to be holding a presentation. So I would encourage you to also go back and watch the video of this as well. And if you're watching this live right now, welcome all, and we're going to get into it. So in today's podcast, I'm going to be giving you guys 10 tips to maximize your Amazon maximize your Amazon holiday sales. Now, this is a presentation of mine from also a summit I did a couple of months ago. So you guys are going to be seeing it here. Let's get into it. So the topics we will be discussing today is, first of all, preparation for black hat tactics, different tips that I speak from my own experience that I've gone through. We're going to talk about optimizing your listing for Q4. We're going to talk about coupons and deals, Amazon Store and Amazon Posts, how you can use brand analytics, and I'm going to throw in there another tip as well. PPC gathering data, PPC budgets, PPC quick tips. These are my tips, myself, for me, and using social media and also Amazon Live. All right, let's get into it. So the very first recommendation that I have for you to prepare for your Q4 sales is the type of thing that usually people don't speak about, which is the black hat tactics that go on during Q4, especially if you have the bestseller badge for a product, and especially if you have a best-selling product. So before we begin, a bonus tip is to help you in case this ever happens to you. Always be prepared for black hat. If you follow me, either on my YouTube channel or have heard me speak about this in the past, you may know that last year on Prime Day, in 2020 Prime Day, one of my brands was under attack, and I had an entire brand taken down. We had 4 products taken down. 3 of them were down for 2 weeks. One of them was down for an entire month. And it was all due to us being attacked by a competitor. I have a whole video on that, so I'm not going to get into it, but I am going to try and help you to prepare for it just in case. I'm not trying to scare anyone, but I think it's an important thing to start with. So, preparing for black hat. The first thing I would say is prepare yourself for black hat haters would be to make sure your listing is capped to 3 to 10 units per order. It is a common black hat move for sellers to buy out their competitors' stock early on days like Black Friday and Cyber Monday morning completely. So to completely buy you out in order to leave you out of stock, only to then go and return everything a couple of days later or a couple of weeks later. And the reason they do this is so that they can basically have you be out of stock and taken down, and then they get your sales, and then they just return everything or cancel those. So very first thing I would say is, if it makes sense for your product, do a cap, give it a cap of 3 to 10. The second thing I would say is to be on top of your campaigns, especially on days like Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Some black hat sellers will target their competitors' sponsored ads, and they'll have people and bots purposely click on their competitor sponsored ad, especially if you have top of search placement, only to then have their competitor reach their budget so that they can get that placement instead. So what am I saying? Certain black hat sellers will purposely target the people that are at top of search, having certain bots or people actually click on their ads amongst all sorts of different keywords in order to have them use up their PPC budget, right? And this is also, big sellers may also do this to smaller sellers in order to basically have you go out of budget, and then they'll get that placement instead of you, or another product of theirs could get that placement instead of you. And this is me speaking from experience. I've had this done before, and we refer to this as click fraud. Now, what can you do about it if it happens to you in real time? All you can really do is put your budget up, right? But what you can do is a couple of days later, you can ask Amazon to investigate. And I've had reimbursements from Amazon in the past. If you're in the alpha group, you'll see other people have had reimbursements in the past as well. I've even had people that have had like thousands of dollars reimbursed due to click fraud. So if you see really, really unusual, especially if you've been selling for a long time, if you see very unusual amount of click to orders ratio that doesn't make sense for your type of product, it may be click fraud, and I encourage you to look into that. Also, if you have a product with a bestseller badge, you may be targeted in hopes to steal your bestseller badge, meaning somebody may either buy out your stock if you're a bestseller badge in order to then have the bestseller badge instead of you, or they may be trying to get rid of your PPC ads so that you no longer are the one with the bestseller badge at top of search, and instead they'll be there as well. So take those things into consideration. 3, check on your listings frequently. It is a common method for your competitors to hijack listings only to change images and copy of the listing during the best-selling hours. Now, I will admit that it takes longer to be able to do this today unless somebody uploads a flat file. So if you were to try and upload your images or your copy on Black Friday, it probably isn't going to go through if you do it through Seller Central. But if you do it through a flat file upload, it may be done straight away. These are old school methods. All of these things are things that have happened to me over the years. And the last thing that happened to me was in 2020. Thank God I've not been attacked this year. I wasn't on Prime Day this year. I hope I won't be on Black Friday and Cyber Monday as well. But these things did happen to me. And I know many other people it's happened to them as well. So that is why I like to tell you first what are the worst case scenarios of things that could happen, so that you can then go ahead and prepare for them just in case they do, or you know what to look out for if they do happen. The 4th tip, which is probably the most important tip that I have for you when it comes to preparing for Black Hat, is to have a backup flat file ready for upload just in case you need to upload it during a important day. Okay, so last year I had somebody, I don't know to this date who it was, somebody went into our Canadian account somehow. I don't know, it's why I think it was internal on Amazon, but we'll leave that for another time. Anyway, somebody had gone through our Canadian account and uploaded a flat file with heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of bad keywords to do with drugs and all sorts of keywords, just in order to get our products taken down, which then also affected our American, which are the best-selling listings. And then that entire brand was taken down for the amount of time I told you. Some were 2 weeks and some were, and the most bestseller was down for a month. So I was able to get some of those listings back quickly because I was able to upload a flat file. But they would then override and upload a flat file. It was a long story. I'm not going to get into it now. But if you do have a flat file on hand that's just ready and all you need to do is upload, that would be something that I would do. All right, now that we're over all the bad stuff, let's get into how we can prepare to actually make more sales. So the second thing I would say is to already be prepared for early Christmas shopping. So if we usually see an increase in sales, let's just say like mid-November, early December, because of how much awareness there is all over the news, not just in the Amazon industry, but in general. You'll see a lot of articles and even on news stations where they're talking about how the supply chain and why they're not seeing so many things on shelves in stores, etc. There's more awareness around it. We will probably, honestly, like we're at the end of October, so you may have already started to see an increase in sales, but I do expect us to have an increase in sales, if it makes sense for your niche, already in early November. So don't wait only until December to start making changes. Start them now, because I do believe that people are going to be making their Christmas purchases earlier this year, meaning now, starting now, early November, late October. All right, so Black Friday and Cyber Monday weekend will be November 26th, and Cyber Monday will be November 29th. Take a screenshot on that if you don't know these dates, which honestly you should. Let's talk about optimization, because before you even can get into PPC, you want to make sure that your listing is optimized. And not only do you want to make sure that your listing is optimized in general for always, you also want to make sure that your listing is optimized specifically for Q4. So I'm going to take a sip of water quickly. Take note. You could have the best PPC structure in the world, but if your product and listing is not top notch from the beginning, you will not convert. If you've been following me for a long time, then you know that I put this in there every time I talk about PPC because it really is extremely crucial. Okay. I know that on seller sessions, like Danny's a PPC whiz, and he always has a lot of PPC people on here. And, you know, I don't have an agency, but I do have a lot of experience when it comes to PPC through my coaching and as an actual seller myself. And I can tell you that when I look at other people's listings, many other people's PPC, many times the problem isn't necessarily the PPC, it's actually their listing. It's the fact that they're not showing the right type of images to their type of buyer avatar. Their copy doesn't make sense. They're not even indexing, or many different things that it could be. Their pricing is way off, or it could be the product itself many times, right? So I just want to remind you before we even talk later about PPC to remember that not even the most, the biggest PPC experts in the world are going to be able to help you if your product isn't a good product from the beginning, and if your listing is not top notch from day one. So please remember that. Now, let's talk about optimizing your listing specifically for Q4. Now, this is a Q4 presentation of mine, and if you will notice, you'll see on the top left corner here and other places, right? I have these little Christmassy bells and things like that. So the same way that you would optimize your listing for Christmas, you can see I've also optimized this presentation for Christmas, right? So you'll see what I mean soon of different things that you can do, but that is one of them. There's just someone really making a lot of noise outside. All right, close the window. Cool. So optimizing your listing for Q4. Number one, make sure your listing is optimized, which includes, this is in general, not in Q4, in general, an informative and within TOS title. A lot of people, now look, I'm very careful when I say this, okay? I don't want people to start changing their title and then it stuffs up their entire indexing, and I've seen this happen, okay? But I do think that it's very, very important that you have a within TOS title, because someone could and I know I talk a lot about BLACKHAT, it's just because I've been through so much BLACKHAT in my Amazon life, right? Someone could complain about you, right? That you've got this word in your listing or whatever, and they could then force Amazon, or Amazon would then take action and take down your listing or suppress your listing, or they could, not suspend. They would suppress your listing, which if it's suppressed, you can usually fix it. So they wouldn't really suspend it because of that. Anyway, or suddenly Amazon could do something in their algorithm that looks for anything that's not within TOS on a title level, because they don't tell you in advance when they're going to do this. And it could, again, suppress your listing, and you may not even notice, and suddenly on an important day, you didn't have sales. Now, on an informative level, I am very much the type of person where I don't keyword stuff my title. I make sure that I have the most important keywords in my title, but my title is informative. I'm not going to tell you to start changing your titles, especially if you've been selling for a long time. It can affect your indexing, but this is something that I always talk about that is important. So take note. Number two, you want to make sure that you have amazing and engaging images, which includes obviously a hero image that's within terms of service, unless you can get away with a non-terms of service. At least 2 lifestyle images. You want to have an infographic. You want to have a what's included image, and you want to make sure your images are professional and very good looking. Now, if it makes sense for your product to also have at least 1 Christmas themed image, do it. And I'm going to show you in the next slides what I mean by that. Not every single product in this world, Okay, makes sense to make images Christmas themed, or maybe it's not a very giftable product, or maybe it has, like, in your experience, there's no increase in sales during Q4, it's off season in Q4, then obviously ignore what I'm saying now. But if your product is a product that's highly giftable, it definitely makes sense as a Christmas gift or anything to do with Christmas. You want to implant that into the buyer's mind when they're looking at your product. So if your product could be a perfect stocking filler because it's small, right? Then you want to have an image where it says the perfect stocking filler. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. You want to have to the point bullet points. So no one reads super long bullets. You want to have ideal 250 characters bullets. Again, I'm not going to tell you to start changing your bullet points if you've been selling for a long time or if you're well indexed. I mean, it could be a problem, but this is just, we're talking about optimizing, so these are important things. Description, you still want to use HTML formatting, but only have line breaks. Only have line breaks. Why is that coming up? Don't know. Anyway, you only want to have line breaks, and you want to make sure it is not just one big blurb. Okay, so you can later on go and Google what line breaks mean, but basically what I'm talking about is you can have lines, but you can no longer use HTML. Even if Amazon allows you to, it could suppress your listing. Now, I don't know anyone that's actually had their listing suppressed due to this myself, but I've heard of people that it's happened to them. And Amazon did warn that if you still have HTML apart from line breaks, that they possibly would either de-index you for those types of keywords, or they won't show up. The description won't show up. So yeah, that's basically why I brought that up. You want to make sure that you have optimized back-end search terms. Let me just move myself. Okay. Relevant, no commas. A lot of people don't know, but you're not supposed to have commas in your back-end search terms. And if anyone wants to challenge that, you can just go into your Seller Central account on the top right-hand corner where it says help. Type in search terms, and then there'll be something that comes up and says using search terms effectively or efficiently. Click on that, go to the example, and you'll see Amazon says don't repeat keywords, don't use commas, etc. So no commas, just a word, no phrases, don't repeat keywords, and don't add deal words like amazing, best, cheap, cheapest, effective, fastest, good deal. People sometimes add those types of keywords because they think it's going to help them when it comes to Q4, but you're not supposed to. It's not within terms of service, so don't do it. All right, let's continue. So we spoke about optimizing images. How annoying is this that I have to keep moving myself? Okay, there you go. I'm small now. All right. You want to make sure that you have optimized images, which is what I spoke about earlier. So think about what makes sense for your specific product. If it is giftable, maybe add an image with a Christmas tree in the background or the product being given as a gift. Is it something that one would buy for themselves? Maybe add an image saying, treat yourself this Christmas. Or like I said, if it's a product that is, it could be a stocking filler or anything along those lines, you want to maybe make those changes. Now, honestly, I am no graphics designer. You should pay someone to actually do this for you. But I'm just showing before and after images of certain images that you may have today and what they could look like to be optimized for Q4. So let's just say that I'm selling these 3 bags, okay, over here, these 3 sacks, and I want to optimize it for Christmas. Then maybe instead of showing just a teddy bear and whatever this is, etc., okay, I could, on the right-hand side, you see the teddy bear suddenly has a Santa hat on. There's suddenly a gift inside of here. The 2 images here, right, they no longer are just a normal room. You've now got Santa Claus stuff here. Right? Instead of these little pom-pom things on the bottom right, I've now got Christmas gifts. Okay, so this is like not the best of examples, but this is what I'd put together quickly when I made the presentation. I didn't want to spend too much time on this image. But maybe there's something that you can add to your photos that is going to implant in the buyer or in the shopper's mind how they can use this product on a Christmas level, as on a stocking level, or whatever it may be. Okay, maybe it's a matter of changing the theme of the background. Maybe it's a matter of showing the product as a gift, the same way we've done here. So a lot of people, their products are very giftable, and they'll have an image of the daughter giving it to the mom, or the husband giving the gift to the wife, or whatever. But if you want to make it also Christmassy themed, so you want to implant it in the buyer's or in the shopper's mind, then again, look at it could be the same type of image, but here instead it's a Christmassy image, right? So they're wearing Santa hats, they're wearing red, there's a Christmas tree, etc. Okay, if the product can be used in a setting, in a decor setting, where the background can suddenly be Christmassy, you can do that as well. So think about what makes sense for your specific product. All right, more tips on how we can also prepare. So reviews can affect discoverability. They can affect your search ranking. They can affect your conversion. They can affect your customer trust. Make sure that you're using the request for review button and try to squeeze in as many reviews as possible before the big day. If you don't use a request for review button, make sure that you start using it as of today. I have a video on it in my YouTube channel, or you can just go and Google Amazon request for review button. Like if you're if you're a long-term seller and you don't know about this, like you must be living under a rock. Most people do use this. For the people that don't know about the request for review button, make sure you use it, because it can help to give you a little bit of a boost of reviews. And maybe some of you are stuck at, let's just say 4.2 rating, which means that you have a 4-star overall instead of 5-star overall. And all you need is like 3 or 4 more reviews, which you could squeeze out quickly by using the request for review button. Again, not going to make sense for everyone. And it's going to give you that boost to become 4.3, and then you're going to be 4.5 stars, right? Because to be 4.5 stars, you need to be on 4.3 overall. Hope that made sense, but it's a good tip right there. All right, more tips on how to prepare our listing on an optimization level. Going to take a really quick sip of water. All right, if you're a brand registered seller, you obviously have the option to upload a video as part of your image gallery. This has been proven to help with conversions, especially if you have a product that requires a little bit of education. Okay, upload a video. Why am I talking about this? It sounds like such basic stuff, because the reason I'm even talking about it is there are so many sellers out there, especially the older sellers, people that have been selling for as long as I have, that they did so well in sales from the very beginning that they have never gone ahead and optimized their listing for 2021. You know, some people have been brand registered for a really long time and have never uploaded a video. So make sure that if it makes sense for your product, that you like maximize everything that you can when it comes to on a listing level. So upload a video. A+ content, you could add a module with a gift that's like Christmas themed. However, in general, if your A+ content is not amazing, make sure to fix it now. Okay, A+ content isn't going to be the make or break of your sales, but it's more, it gives you more of that opportunity to sort of implant your product in the buyer's mind. So do it. If you don't have a comparison chart that shows your other products for cross-selling, make sure to add one. This is something that so many people don't do. If you're selling the same type of products, so products for the same type of buyer avatar, okay, so maybe you have a blanket for a boy, and then you also have a blanket for a girl, and there's 2 totally separate listings. Make sure to have a comparison chart on your A+ content. It can help you to cross-sell other products as well. Brand story, so adding your brand story can help with creating a connection between you and the shopper, which then is going to help you to earn trust, which could ultimately help in an increased conversion. So even if each one of these helps a little bit, like 5%, okay, with sales, it's still worth it. Coupons. So coupons help you to stand out in the search page, especially if your product does not yet have reviews. So if you're someone that's recently launched a product and you don't have reviews yet, if you look at your listing compared to others that have reviews, it may look a bit what I like to call naked, right? Because all it is an image, a title, and a price without example, a coupon or reviews. So adding a coupon, no matter what, could make a lot of sense. Honestly, I have a coupon on forever. Like I've always got a coupon on my products. no matter what. So yeah, I usually have dollars off unless it is easy to calculate the percentage off, for example, 10%. Notes, Amazon charges 60 cents for each coupon, so take that into account. So if you've got $2 off coupon, you will actually be charged $2 or sell for $2 less plus 60 cents to Amazon. Remember that coupons show on search result product pages and also in the coupons section on Amazon. Maybe some of you have not noticed, but if you zoom out on your desktop, there's actually a coupon section on Amazon. And a lot of buyers actually go in and click on coupons. And if you don't have a coupon, you're not going to be discovered there. So having a coupon is only going to give you more discoverability options. Okay, and this is what I was talking about. This is what the coupon page looks like. And then you can see all the different products that have coupons. And then on a search page, you can see what a coupon looks like. Okay, especially if you're someone who doesn't run deals during Q4, which I, by the way, don't run deals during Q4. They just don't make sense for my products, right? Having a coupon is excellent. So do it if it makes sense. So deals and promotions, there are a lot of people that will, because it makes sense for their products, run lightning deals or 7-day deals and different promotions like buy one, get one free. Okay, I'm not going to go too much into it, but this is what a deal will look like. This big red little box that says limited time deal. And also you can see the different types of promotions, what it would look like as well. Okay, stores and Amazon posts. This is something that it surprises me the amount of people that don't know about this. So I'm going to talk about it soon, but if you're brand registered, where a lot of people that watch seller sessions or even my YouTube channel are brand registered, if you're brand registered and you're not using this, what are you doing? Amazon store for your brand. So on the left-hand side, that's a screenshot from within Amazon. On the right-hand side, it's my own stuff. So Amazon store, if you are someone that is brand registered, you are able to make what is called an Amazon store, meaning you can run certain PPC ads to your store or to certain landing pages within your store. When people click on your storefront under the title, right, it will take them to your actual store, which could show other products that you sell, give information about your products, tell them about your brand story. It will also show, there'll be a whole page if you have any Amazon posts there as well. Okay, something that every single seller should be using if you're brand registered. And also on Seller Central, you also have you can get data from Amazon where it shows you the conversions and the sales that have come through your Amazon store as well. Okay, so if your product is Christmas gift worthy, then you may want to consider adding a Christmas themed main image on the brand store top of page. So for example, this image here, okay, you may want to change it to be Christmassy themed. You want to make sure that you send sponsored ads to your store or specific pages within the store. So if you're using sponsored brands, okay, also send them, if it makes sense for your product, to a specific landing page. You can create Amazon posts without a store. Sorry, you can't create an Amazon post without a store. So make sure that you create an Amazon store so you can use Amazon posts. If you don't know what posts are, I'll talk about it in a minute, but I also have an entire video of it on my YouTube channel. Now, I've been using posts for like a year and a half. From memory, you have to upload at least 10 posts in order for it to give you a feed, which then will also show up on your store. I don't know if that's changed, but I think it has. So check it out. If you've only uploaded 3, for example, and it's not showing up on your store, then it's the same old rules. And then what you need to do is you need to upload at least 10 posts, and then it will show up on your Amazon store as well. Okay, quick drink of water. Amazon posts. If you don't know what posts are, basically it is many things. Number one, I call it free advertising on your competitors' listings. Now, when posts first came out, they were only being shown on mobile and they were only being shown on competitors' listings. I have seen posts recently on desktop in certain places, and I've also seen posts in certain places that aren't on products as well. So I think Amazon's like trying different things. I don't know yet, but 100%, okay, they definitely show up on mobile, on competitors' listings. If you go on your listing, okay, and you scroll down on mobile, you'll also see it'll say something like related posts, or post by other brands, or things like that, or post by this brand as well. It could show. Okay, what it is basically it's like social media. They're giving you the opportunity to upload an image that is a lifestyle image, and put a little bit of a little caption about either the image or like obviously the product and how it's related to the image, or whatever, a caption like you do on social media. And then when they click on it, it will take them to either your feed or to that product. Okay, so it's free advertising on your competitors' products. Shoppers can also follow your brand. So you see how there is a follow button right here. Okay, you can also now, if you're brand registered, you can also it's called, I think, customer engagement. You can also send out certain emails to everyone that follows you as well to promote certain products or promote new products. So if you're brand registered and you're not doing this, like, I don't know what you're doing, okay? But take into consideration that you can also upload Christmassy looking posts as well, especially if it makes sense for your product. Okay, so here you can see it's a yoga mat, for example, a yoga brand. This is like totally me photoshopping this. I made this image just for the sake of giving you guys an example. Okay, and it's written here, Christmas yoga. Okay, and the background is a Christmas tree. The girl has a Christmas hat on, which is photoshopped by me, and she is on the yoga mat. Okay, so think about how, only if it makes sense for your product, how can you do things to implant your product being used within the Christmas theme or the holiday theme, whatever, in your competitor's mind. That is that. I have a YouTube video about this, so you can go look at it. It's from a year ago, but it's still relevant. Okay, use brand analytics. So if you have access to brand analytics, use it to gather data from previous year's Q4 data and current market data. Incorporate the data that you gather into your PPC structure and strategy for Q4, and use this to help optimize your listing better for Q4 season, both keywords optimized and image, both keywords optimization and image. What do I mean? So you can use, so if you don't know what brand analytics is, I don't have enough time to go into it right now, but basically Amazon gives every single keyword a frequency rank, search frequency rank, meaning the lower the number, the more popular that keyword is on Amazon. Okay, now I made this presentation before I knew about the Opportunity Explorer tool. You can also use the tool to get the Opportunity Explorer tool. You can also use that, which I spoke about last week on Seller Sessions or on my YouTube channel as well. You can use that tool to get actual search volume, like 100% from Amazon. But brand analytics gives you more, meaning for this specific reason of what I'm trying to tell you. You can go back and look at last year's, okay, so a year ago plus the year before, you can go and look at what were the keywords that were most popular for that specific quarter, okay? So, which if you've never sold in quarter 4, you can then do, go on to brand analytics and look at, here you can see report range monthly, and look specifically at last November, or you could do quarterly and look specifically at last quarter. And then you can see what were, for example, the number 1 keywords on Amazon during Q4 last year or during November last year. Or you could look up quarterly for a specific keyword. So you can see here, I typed in anti-aging and I looked at quarterly for last year, for 2020, because I'm filming this in 2021. And then I can see, well, what were the most popular keywords last year in Q4 for this specific keyword? Okay. Anti-aging don't have like some crazy increase in sales during Q4, but there are many, many products that do. And then this can really help you because it can give you the information of what keywords were being used last year. And that can also then help you, obviously, when you're doing your PPC campaigns as well. And then the next thing that you could do, which is something that you 100% should be doing, is you should be doing a reverse ASIN on your competitors from last year as well. Okay. So for example, I don't really know what ASIN this is. Okay. But I've put in an ASIN here, and then you can go ahead and see what are the different keywords that this specific product was ranked for last year. All right, let's talk PPC. Don't you love the whole Christmassy theme that I've done here, right? See how I'm implanting Christmas themed into your mind? This is what you should be doing for your listings as well, if it makes sense. All right, quick sip of water. Keywords for PPC during Q4. So 1, on a keyword level, use brand analytics. So use the data that I just showed you. 2, if you've already been selling on Amazon, use your search term reports. Look at your data from last year to help you to understand what are the types of keywords that people use with your products. Use keyword tools. Go in, use things like Helium 10, Zone Guru, etc., and search for keywords that make sense for your specific product. And also make sure to use your competitors' keywords as well. I'm not going to go too much into that because you guys should already know this. Keywords bonus tip. Revisit the benefits of your product. Is there a benefit that you didn't realize that your product has, which could introduce new keywords into your overall strategy? I'm going to pause for a second. And this is me speaking from my experience as a coach, okay, and as an Amazon seller, but more as a coach, because there are so many people that I've coached in the past where I see their PPC, I see their listing, and I'm like, but doesn't your product also do this? And then they're like, oh my God, it does. And then they've missed this entire time a whole new set of keywords that they should have also been targeting. And this happens to so many people, like enough for me to then talk about it. Okay, it's not like 1 or 2, it's like tens, maybe even hundreds. I don't feel like I'm exaggerating there. So make sure to revisit your product and the benefits of your product. What are certain things that it has that make sense to your buyer avatar that could be important to them, and see if there's keywords around that. Use your and your competitors' reviews to help with this as well. Are they using the product for something that you didn't realize that the product could be used for? And if so, this could open a new door of keywords to target and could give you an advantage over your competitors who are not doing it. So do it. Bids and budgets during Q4. Expect bids to go up already from now. Okay, so already in late October, early November, expect for your bids to go up. And then they would most probably further increase closer to Black Friday and Cyber Monday, like specifically for niches where it makes sense. Okay, there are some products where like you don't sell well at all during Q4 and the opposite will happen. But I'm talking about the people where your sales will go up during Q4. I personally use dynamic bidding. I only use bid only or fixed bids with placement. I personally don't use dynamic bidding up and down. That's me and my experience, from my experience, why I've used only down only and fixed. Placements, make sure that you have modified your placements to make sense for each campaign goal. For example, increase your placements for keywords that you want to make sure that you're at top of search for, that you know that you convert well on. I personally increase placements in my exact ranking campaigns and tighten placements on broad campaigns. So if you follow me, then you know I have what I call my exact rank campaigns, and then I have my discovery broad campaigns. Okay, I usually will put during Q4 on specific days or dates, or leading up to a specific date for any important date for my product. So this could make sense for if like your product is really high, gets really high sales on Valentine's Day or Mother's Day or whatever. Okay, you could also use it for that, not just for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Honestly, like this entire presentation, you can take for any specific event. Okay, like Halloween, Black Friday, Prime Day, Valentine's Day. I don't know if your product is like around Thanksgiving, whatever. Okay, you can take the stuff that I'm talking about here and make it sense for any specific event that makes sense during the year for your product or holiday. Next up, optimize bids and budgets. So consistently optimize your PPC by regularly downloading a report. Take note that bids can change during Q4 and you need to stay on top of this. A bid range could be $2 one week and then $2.80 the next week. So adjust your bids accordingly. Look out for when data begins to show a downward trend and optimize or pull back on bids and budgets. So, a lot of talking. First of all, this is relevant for all year round, okay? But specifically on Q4, it's even more relevant, okay? Your bid range may be a certain range and everything's been doing great. And then suddenly we're 2 weeks before Q4, all of your competitors have caused an dramatic increase of bids, and you're suddenly getting hardly any impressions because you're not bidding enough. Because you don't know yet, if you're not optimizing regularly, that the bids have changed dramatically. So make sure to keep on top of that. And in general, make sure to keep on top of the bids and your budget. Pull back on what doesn't make sense for right now and spend more on what does and adjust accordingly. FYI, conversions could go down closer to Black Friday and Cyber Monday, as shoppers may be window shopping and they will add to cart and wait for Black Friday and Sunday and Cyber Monday to make the purchase in hopes of a deal. All right, these are the dates again in case you forgot, because they're not that far away. Okay, Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Expect bids to go up already from now. We already said that. Create campaigns for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So I've been doing this for years, and this is something that I specifically believe in. I suggest always having a campaign that I call Boost, and activating the campaign around 2 or so weeks before an event like Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Add your best converting search terms and add higher placement there too. Some people may say 2 weeks isn't enough. You're best to use your current PPC because it's got history to it. Okay, I will say that that's still true, but I've also seen that history isn't as important as it used to be in PPC. And what I mean for that, some people would be tipping over right now. What I mean by that is that I have seen that I could make a new campaign, even on a 6-year-old account. I could make a new campaign and it'll start getting impressions within a day. Where back in the day, it would have taken a lot longer. Okay. So I specifically always have a boost campaign that I use in certain times. And the boost campaigns put in your best search terms and exact match. Target your competitors, okay? I read the other day, someone wrote in my group that PPC, product targeting isn't as good as keyword targeting, which is just so wrong in my experience and in my opinion, okay? Your competitors are going to be showing up on your product. You should be showing up on their product. Okay, I have seen a huge amount of sales that come from product targeting. So make sure to do that. Target also your own products. This takes up the real estate on your listing, leaving sales in-house. Do this with your products that share the same buyer avatar. So if you're selling a lot of different products that have, unicorns on them for little girls, but each one's different, okay, target your own products as well. You've got real estate on your own listing. It's the same type of buyer avatar. If the sale is going to go somewhere else, you prefer it goes to you and not to a competitor, or they may end up buying both products. I need another sip of water. Sorry, guys. Target your competitors. Shoppers make their buying decisions on product pages, not on search pages. Most will scroll down the page, and that is where they will see the product targeting ads. So you want to make sure that you are there. Target ASINs that you can compete against. Use product targeting display ads. So I've showed different display ads here. I think I took this image from Google, but that's where display ads show up on. Target your other ASINs that make sense to the shoppers as well. Okay, more or less what we just said. Using sponsored brand video ads. If you're brand registered again and have access to video ads and do not have video ads running, go make one right now. You don't have to have a super production hardcore video. You could even have a slideshow video with music and a little bit of text using your images, and it may convert well as well. You can make a quick video super cheap using promo.com or even Canva. They take up an entire row on search pages, and many niches have amazing conversions. Also, if you have a Christmas themed one to like optimize for Christmas, so for example, it could be your product being used and then, you know, having the person that's speaking possibly say, you know, the perfect Christmas gift, and then the video, like that's more hardcore, but that's also something that you could do. Look, here I talked about it here. Christmas themed, create Christmas themed ads. If it makes sense for your product. Evoke emotions, happy gift-giving faces with Christmas trees, Hanukkah backgrounds. Use words like, imagine her face when she opens the product, okay? Or imagine his, whatever, like use keywords in your videos, or use keywords, don't use keywords in your videos. What I meant was use wording in your videos that will help you to evoke emotion, basically. And also in your Amazon posts as well, like you can put those types of wording as well. Short videos, video ads should be 15 to 30 seconds long. Include captions. If you have voiceover, include captions for the people scrolling through that can't hear out loud. All right, more tips. If you feel like you had an unusual amount of clicks on your PPC ads, okay, I already said this to you in the beginning about click fraud. Make sure to ask for reimbursement. We're almost done, guys. Spread the word. Social media is one of the best ways to get brand awareness. Get people excited about your products, spread the word about your products, and even make your products potentially viral. Apart from spreading the word on your own brands, socials, work with influencers and make sense to your niche as well. I personally, on the Sales Sessions podcast, have done multiple podcasts around using influencers. I've done one with Gracie on TikTok. I've done on Amazon Live. I've done with Paul Barron on using influencers. So you can find that on the podcast. Make sure to do that if you don't know how to do that. Like, make sure to watch it if you don't know how to do it. Bonus tip, work with influencers that share the same types of followers, because this then creates the everyone is using this product effect, which then creates the must-have effect. Make great content from today already and tell your followers to look out for your Q4 Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. Look for hashtags like Black Friday deals, Cyber Monday 2021, etc., and link your deals on social media posts, emails, and paid traffic. You can use your Facebook page, Instagram, Pinterest, blog, email list, etc. Okay, so this is from last year on Pinterest. Okay, boosted electric skateboard Black Friday deals and whatever this is for Black Friday. And this is from Instagram, Black Friday sale, Black Friday sale. Spread the word. So this is one of my favorite tips. Join Facebook groups to do with your brand or your product range. I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago in Seller Sessions as well. And I think also on my YouTube channel. In many scenarios, you can promote your products in non-obvious ways in these groups, or you can ask for permission from the group admin to spread the word about your products and even offer a discount code for the group. So what I mean is, let's just say that you sell a Montessori product. Get into a whole bunch of Montessori related Facebook groups online that are high level Facebook groups. And someone could say, I've recently been using this product, or I need this type of product. And you can go ahead and put in your listing link and say, hey, I've recently been using this. Or you could ask permission from the group admin to comment as the seller. Okay, but I've seen really awesome results from using Facebook groups to promote products. And I'm talking about buyer intent Facebook groups. I'm not talking about getting into deal Facebook groups, which could be something that you could do as well. I'm talking about getting into your type of buyer avatars Facebook groups and then promoting your products within there, within like where it makes sense. Amazon Live. Many sellers do not use this feature yet. Amazon Live allows you to engage with your shoppers in real time and to drive sales with interactive live streams. It is Amazon's version of QVC. You can either work with an Amazon Live influencer or create Amazon Live videos as a brand. I've had Gracie in the past who is an Amazon Live influencer on the Seller Sessions podcast, so you can search for that as well. So I made this this presentation when like it was pre-Halloween. It's still pre-Halloween, but it's like in the mid-October-ish. And you can see here, this is Amazon Live. This is an Amazon Live page. And you can see how an influencer and all sorts of different influencers are promoting Halloween type of products. They're going to be doing the same things on Christmas, okay, and Christmas related. So if you're not using Amazon Live, I would definitely look into that as well. All right, recap. Whew, that was really long. Okay, prepare for Black Hat tactics. Optimize your listings for Q4. Coupons and deals, use them. Amazon stores and Amazon posts, use them. Use brand analytics to gather data and to then put that either to use in your PPC or in your listing. Gather data from PPC. Go ahead and look at your budgeting. And then there's a whole bunch of PPC quick tips that I said there. Spread the word on social media and use Amazon Live. And that's it. Good luck. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this podcast. And if you're watching this or listening to this on the podcast, Isabella will be back on Monday. Danny will be back on Tuesday, and I'll be back next Thursday. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe. If you're watching it on the Seller Sessions YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe. And I will see you all next week. I hope you guys have, in general, though, that you take action from this. Like, you may need to watch this back, take screenshots. And I wish you guys the best of luck in your Q4 sales, and I'll see you all next week.